Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the match between Benfica and FC Barcelona. Barcelona is going to be going away, and Barcelona do have one duty, and that is to achieve another 3 points and to go into the next round with a lot of confidence. If we do look at the Champions League table right now, Barcelona are in second place and 2 points above Arsenal, who are in third, and then you do have Leverkusen, Aston Villa, Inter Milan, Brest, Lille, all who do have a total of 13 points. The only team that does beat Barcelona today, it is Liverpool, which makes a lot of sense. Liverpool has been probably the best team of the season so far. They do have a total of 18 points and 6 wins. They have no losses, no ties. They do have a perfect run. The only thing Barcelona is better at right now in terms of this Champions League group stage is the fact that Barcelona do score the most goals, because their goal difference is a total of 14, which is better than Liverpool's. But unfortunately, Barcelona did not start off well in the beginning of the Champions League by losing one game against Monaco, unfortunately. Now let's remember, the top 8 teams qualified directly for the round of 16. It's important for us to stay in the green. However, if we do want to secure a top 2 finish and remain in our own position, we have to win the remaining games. Barcelona will need to maximize their points according to their schedule, because we do face Benfica away and then Atalanta, a team that is very difficult to encounter. Now, if Barcelona do tie against Benfica and we end up with 16 points, and you have teams like Arsenal, Leverkusen, Aston Villa, Inter Milan win their next match, we're all going to be tied in points, but Barcelona would still be in second place, mainly because of goal difference. So it's a mandatory win for Barcelona. Barcelona have to win against Benfica, because to be very honest, I do see the last game more difficult than the one of Benfica. Atalanta will give us problems in the future. But if Barcelona do beat Benfica on Tuesday, Dortmund, Bayern, Atletico, and Milan will need to win the remaining 2 matches and overturn a significant goal difference for Hansi Flick's side to fall out in the top 8, which I don't think is going to happen. Barcelona have scored 21 goals, which is the most of any side. And once again, if teams are level on points in the league phase, goal difference is the first criteria for determining which club places higher, followed by goals, and then followed by goals scored, away goals, wins, and away wins. But overall, I am very confident that Barcelona will get the job done. Hansi Flick is a master when it comes to Champions League situations. Going back to Benfica, Benfica just won a title very similar to FC Barcelona. Benfica just won the League Cup in Portugal, defeating Sporting Lisbon in penalties. So Benfica are coming in with a lot of confidence because they have just won a trophy mid-season, just like us. So if we do go into the squad list, we can see that all of our players are available. I'm happy to see that Christensen is back. We have Pablo Torre right there at the bottom. We have Hector Fort, Jared Martin, Chesney, Frankie de Jong, a lot of great quality depth. Now, one thing we have to notice is Ansu Fati has returned to the squad list after being out for 4 total match days. So the fact that Ansu Fati is here is great news, but here's the thing. The reason why Ansu Fati is even here is because Dani Olmo is not there. That is the only reason. If Dani Olmo was not injured, Ansu Fati would have missed his 5th consecutive match day. So I do think that Ansu Fati is very lucky to be here. It does not really mean much to see that Ansu Fati is now in the squad list. It's simply because a slot has been left open by Dani Olmo, which does lead us towards the next conversation. What did happen to Dani Olmo? Why isn't Olmo available for the match against Benfica? Because we do need him. We went through all of these registration issues just for him to not be available for matches in the Champions League. Unfortunately, Dani Olmo has suffered a calf injury that has for sure ruled him out for the game against Benfica. Dani Olmo recently just played against Getafe, and he played the last 28 minutes by replacing Gavi. But unfortunately, at the end of that game, Dani Olmo did tear his calf. As of right now, we do not know just how deep it is when it comes to this issue. We don't know like how bad of an injury Dani Olmo has, but to give us a general idea of what could happen, if he does have a grade 1 mild strain in the calf, which involves a small number of muscle fibers, he could be out for around 2 to 4 weeks. If he does have a moderate strain, which is grade 2, and a significant number of muscle fibers are torn, that would mean that he could be out for 4 to 6 weeks. But if he has a grade 3, which is a severe strain or complete tear, where more than 90% of the muscle fibers are torn and it's just ruptured, he could be out for 3 to 4 months. But I do think that he is in the grade 1 situation where he's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks. But overall, like I've said, Barcelona are second in the Champions League phase table and are already mathematically certain of at least a place in the playoffs after 5 wins from their 6 games. We just have to do our very best with the material that we do have right now. Hopefully, Dani Olmo can meet with us for the match against Valencia next Sunday at our home, which is also going to be our opponent for the quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey. We're going to be talking about that in a separate video. And so far, Dani Olmo has made 18 appearances in all competitions, adding 6 goals and 3 assists. And so without Dani Olmo, yes, Barcelona do lose a little bit of quality in the midfield, but that does not mean that Barcelona Barcelona cannot place a very strong starting 11, which is going to lead us towards the next conversation. What is going to be our most possible 11 against Benfica? And I do think it's going to be revolving around this. It's a very similar starting 11 that we have seen in the past 2 to 3 match days. I'm going to have Szczesny in goal because it has been reported that Hansi Flick wants to use Szczesny in Champions League matches and Peña in league matches. So I would say Szczesny in goal, Koundé on the right back position, Araujo and Kobarsi as our center back pairing, and Balde as the left back. Thank God Ronald Araujo has came back just in time. The fact that he has came in here just in time for the match against Real Madrid where he had to cover Vinicius and Kylian Mbappe, it was the most perfect timing. And then he went on to get more minutes against Getafe, and now he's probably going to be starting against Benfica. Keep in mind that everything does point to Araujo renewing with FC Barcelona for at the very least another 3 to 4 years, which is very, very good. As for our midfield, it's going to be nobody else but Pedri and Casado, with our attacking four being Lamine Yamal on the right wing position, Gavi as the central attacking midfielder, Rafinha on the left wing position, and Lewandowski as the striker. Nothing new. Without Dani Olmo, we should expect to see Gavi as the number 10. Gavi has been amazing as a 10 by delivering assists, scoring goals, putting out pressure. When I see Gavi and Rafinha go up top and try to take the ball away from the fullbacks or the center backs, I do feel very confident that Barcelona can regain the ball. As for Pedri, I do expect Pedri to play a very similar role like what he did versus Getafe 2 days ago. This is going to be the heat map of Pedri and where he did play against Getafe. You can see that he was very high up the pitch, not really acting like a true central defensive midfielder. And I do think this is exactly where Pedri causes the most damage, is in situations and areas like this. Because when you have Pedri that high, you end up seeing Pedri make so many key passes into the box like what we saw in the first goal for FC Barcelona. It was amazing. And what you also get is the combinations of Pedri and Alejandro Balde or Pedri and Rafinha. They become a dangerous triangle, and a lot of defenders have to focus so much on those 3 players, leaving Lamine Yamal open on the right wing position, which is very good. We need Pedri, Balde, and Rafinha to click and to cause chaos so they can lose focus on someone like Yamal, who is going to be isolated on the right. And so speaking about Pedri, to me Pedri has been probably one of the most important players for Barcelona this season. Pedri, compared to the rest of the midfielders in La Liga this season, is ranked number 1 when it comes to passes towards the rival area, ranked in number 1 when it comes to key passes in play, ranked in number 2 when it comes to dribbling, ranked in number 2 when it comes to expected assists, ranked in number 3 when it comes to counter pressing 1, and also ranked in number 1 when it comes to making line breaking passes, and ranked in number 6 when it comes to defensive actions 1. Pedri has been that midfielder, right? The midfielder that we can all count on, that is effective, that is able to glue the team together. Yes, we have talked about how Lamine Yamal has scored goals, provided assists, same thing with Rafinha coming in clutch against Bayern, against Real Madrid, twice by the way, and then you have Lewandowski scoring goals, right? Everybody has been talking about the amazing front 3, but I do think that Pedri deserves just as much recognition, and hopefully he can do something great against Benfica and maybe get a goal. So that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.